Hey, I'm Jen. Welcome back to my channel. So some of you have been asking for what I eat in a day. So I'm working from home today. So I'm going to give you some typical things that I eat. I only eat like 5 or 10 things like all the time in rotation. So it's kind of boring, but I find it just helps in reducing that decision fatigue when you're like, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? And there's not a lot of protein sources that I love. So this just works for me, but I just want to give you some ideas of how I get to like 150 or above in grams of protein a day. So I'm going to give you 2 breakfast options that I make all the time. Okay, first I mix up my water. So my kids left for school. So I have 3 kids. I had my last baby at 45. So I have a 16-year-old son and a 13-year-old daughter. So when I have the water, because I think I've said this in many videos, like I hate drinking water. So I found this Unvi water booster. So I put like a half a capful into this water and it makes this water just more hydrating. So 10 times as intracellularly hydrating and just drinking the 1 bottle of water alone. I will drink this throughout the day. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of lime. So then what I also do is 1 to 2 servings of this GSH powder. So this is just like a glutathione precursor. So I'm adding just a little bit of electrolytes for extra hydration. You just mix this up. Sometimes I put it in like my greens and reds, doesn't really matter. And that's it, just do like a shot. So starting with the French toast. So you want to spray this. And if you use something circular, it's better. Little tip, because I have glass bowls that are actually square and sometimes it's harder to clean, like the eggs get stuck in there. So today we're going to make a small one. So I didn't really need to spray this because I'm going to use this for the French toast. All right, so we're going to do a cup of egg whites to make the French toast, and we're going to do a cup of egg whites to make egg bowl that I make. So for both, we'll measure a cup. But some days I actually just eat 2 cups of egg whites, but I'm going to half it today to show you 2 different recipe options. All right, so we're going to do the egg bowl first. So while this is cooking, we'll make the egg white French toast. So we're going to half the recipe today. So if I was making 2 cups of egg whites in the morning, I would do a 1/4 cup of oats. I'm going to do a half of a 1/4 cup, so it's like an 1/8 of a cup. So I just use whatever I have. I'm using just old-fashioned oats. So I'm going to do half of this today, I forgot. And then I had these leftover Irish oats. So I just mix them. Then I do walnuts and blueberries. I have organic blueberries and walnuts. If I was doing a whole 2 cups, I would get like an 1/8 of a cup of the walnuts for some healthy fats, but I'm going to do like half of that for this one. I'm going to do like a full serving of this. So let's see, that is 1/3 of a cup, if not a little bit more, if I was going to do the whole bowl. So today we'll half it. So, all right, so I'm going to mix that with a dash of cinnamon. Go. Then we're just going to microwave it. So if I do 2 cups, I microwave it for like 5 minutes. So I'm going to microwave this for, I don't know, 3.5 minutes. So while that's in the microwave, then we'll make the French toast. So I want to let you know, I snack throughout the day on pumpkin seeds a lot. So I get these organic pumpkin seeds, and then I buy the bigger pumpkin seeds, but I don't like them so salty. So they're in this bag because I rinse them, dry them out on the counter, and then eat these throughout the day. So I probably have like 2 to 3 tablespoons a day of pumpkin seeds, so I get a lot of healthy fats from that. All right, so for the French toast, I use the 647 bread. It's 40 calories. It is 14 carbs, but I think 8 or 9 grams of fiber. I usually have this on the days that I have a higher carb day, which is a day that I'll go to the gym, which is usually just on Sundays when I have a longer workout. Like I do more intense weight training that day. I do more intense sit training as well, speed interval training or sprint interval training. So then I'll have like 2 slices of this. So I do the egg whites, and then I do cinnamon, mix it, and then I put the bread in. So it doesn't soak up all the egg whites. So I usually pour the extra on the side. So someone also commented on this recipe that I did one time that it didn't look good, but like when you eat it, I'll show you. I don't really care what it looks like. I'm just trying to get into my macros for the day. So I'm not like a chef trying to make it look pretty, but as long as you're getting like a toned, fit, healthy body, to me, that's like what matters more. So I'm gonna put it on the stove and I'll show you. Okay, so I have it in there, and there's always some like extra egg whites, so I just pour it on top, and you just have like extra eggs there, whatever. So I also don't love eggs, so that's why I don't use a whole egg. But I would recommend, if you like eggs, you can mix an egg white and the egg, one egg or two eggs together. I would do like one egg and a cup of egg whites or 2 cups, whatever. Eggs are amazing. They're good for you. I just don't love the taste of the yolk of the eggs. I'm trying to work on it and incorporate 1 or 2 a week, but I do get a lot of healthy fats in through other sources, which you will see. Okay, so I flipped it over. Here we go. Again, not super pretty. And I like everything kind of well done. I don't like runny eggs or anything like that. So cook it as much as you like it, but I like it more not super mushy and like wet. But the macros on this are really good. So you're going to get like over 20 grams of protein, like 9 or 10 grams of carbs, 9 or 10 grams of fiber. And then I'm going to add strawberries with it as well. So I like to have strawberries with the French toast. So again, it adds like more sweetness. My golden retriever loves strawberries. So French toast, strawberries. Now I do something else, but I'm gonna let it cool for a second. And this shrinks down like crazy, so it'll puff up when you're cooking it and then shrink down. You can eat it like on a wrap if you wanted. I just eat it like this, but if you wanted to make like a sandwich and have like that high fiber bread and like fit on the bread, you could do that. But I don't do well with a lot of carbs, so I really watch that. Obviously, everyone's different. See what works for you. Then I use some sugar-free syrup, usually because, again, my sweet tooth. So I get this Swerve, 0 calories, 0 carbs. But I add like a touch of it to the French toast. Obviously, this is extra. You don't have to do it if you're not into like these artificial sweeteners. Then I'll use some, you can obviously pour on top, but I don't like that much. So I have more control if I put it on this side. So I do try to eat, I do eat fruit. I know some people don't eat fruit, but I just stick with berries most of the time. In the summer, I like pineapple as well. And I eat some apples. I like the pink lady apples. Again, this is, over 20 grams of protein. I usually do the 2 cups though, so it's like over 50 grams of protein. See, has, like the blueberries cooked in, the walnuts are in there, and then the cinnamon on top. And there's like a little bit of oats that you'll get like in each bite. So this is good too to travel with. Like I'll take it to work with me. Like I'll keep the glass bowl and cover it, or you can put it in something else. But this travels really well too. So these are my 2 top breakfast go-tos. So give them a try. Let me know what you think. And then we're going to talk about some snack ideas. Now I try and eat like 1 cup of vegetables, all my other snacks and meals. And I'm trying to get to 1 pound of vegetables. So you can just take a big bowl and get your food scale out and then like measure 1 pound of vegetables that you like and then just like eat those throughout the day. That's like a good tip. But right now I've been liking these. So I'll have this as a snack. So some of that. Cheese sticks. I like cheese sticks a lot and they're portable for on the go. If I'm on the go, I like these. Either this one. I don't eat this as much, honestly, but it's just like I'm really, really in a rush with the kids. So I'll eat probably 2 of these. So that's 30 grams of protein. Sometimes you can get the 20 gram one, so then it'll be 40 grams of protein. And then maybe put some frozen of those blueberries or a little bit of walnuts. So there's like crunch in there. I don't do the granola. It's just like too high in the macros. And I use this 0 salt cottage cheese for like a lot of things. I eat it on its own. I'll add fruit to it. At night, I'll make like a protein brownie. So I go through a lot of this 0 salt cottage cheese because, again, I don't like salt. I like the consistency of this one even better than the ones that have salt in it. Okay, now it's time for lunch, and I wanted to give you ideas of things that I eat for lunch. So I only rotate in a few different things. So I kind of wanted to just show you what they are and give you idea of like sizes, because when women come into my program, they're usually not eating enough of the protein. they'll be like, I eat chicken, I eat eggs, and it's just a small amount. So I wanted to give you an idea. So I weighed it out on a food scale. I definitely recommend using a food scale if you can and have the time, just so you get used to seeing portion sizes and how much or how little that you're eating. So on this plate, this is almost 7 ounces of chicken. This is 4 ounces of chicken, and then this is 6.5 ounces of turkey. And a lot of times I will have, and if I'm in a bind, the turkey. So this is a lot of turkey, but it's, a lower amount of calories and, almost 50 grams of protein. So most women are only eating a few pieces of turkey and getting maybe 20 grams of protein. And as we get older, we just need so much more protein. So I just want you to be aware, because when you're aware of just increasing the protein at each meal, it's going to make so much of a difference in your body composition. But I always have stuff on hand. So my husband will make chicken in the beginning of the week, and then I'll have other things on hand. So it's super fast. So I don't have to take a lot of time. So now this turkey, I would have either on half a piece of 647 bread. I would have it on a high fiber wrap. I've talked about these in other videos. So it depends on what I had for breakfast and like what my day is going to look like, how much working out I'm going to be doing. But usually I mostly just do 10 minutes of working out, and then I do a lot of steps. I do have a wide range of fruits that I use. So I want to show you that. So dragon fruit I use. I showed you this morning the frozen blueberries that I like to use in my oatmeal. Then we recently got frozen organic cherries, and then frozen strawberries. And I love having all these on hand because I like to mix them up, because they all have different benefits for digestion, for skin health, for gut health. So I like to rotate the berries. But I recently got the Blueprint brand, the nutty butter, which is a combo of macadamia nut and walnuts. So I don't know if you know Brian Johnson, but he has like a Netflix show, and he has a bunch of food and supplements that he now promotes. This is good healthy fats. I do eat a good amount of healthy fats. I'll do a whole other video on that, because I was overdosing on the fats, and it was actually creating a problem in me losing body fat for me. Obviously, everybody's different. Some people can tolerate a lot more fat, but as I get older, I seem to not be able to tolerate as much healthy fats. I'll have this on like a half a rice cake, or actually on an apple. But we can make a jelly, so it's like healthier, and then we're getting like the antioxidants from the berries. So if you have a bunch of berries, you can pick what you're going to use. But strawberries, you get more volume for the calories and for the fiber and everything. So you would do a half a cup of frozen berries, and then we'll microwave it. And then you can actually add a teaspoon of chia seeds to thicken it up a little bit. So we're going to do that. So then when it comes out of the microwave, you can, I like it like a little bit chunkier, but you can make it however you want, if you want to put it in a blender or something. And then we'll add, you don't have to add the chia seeds either, but it acts like a little binder, and then you get some healthy fats, and it's only a teaspoon. So we'll add that in and mix it up and kind of just let it cool a little bit. But you can add this and keep it. It'll stay in the fridge for like up to 5 days. So I like to do that. So I have it, and then I can use like a tablespoon here and there. Like if I'm having the almond butter on a rice cake, or on an apple, or you can add it to yogurt or cottage cheese. And I like to do that too. So favorite foods to eat is cottage cheese. It just luckily like agrees with me, and it doesn't bloat me, maybe because it's also no salt. But you can take the cottage cheese and do like a serving. So I'll do like a half a cup, say, as a snack, and then just add the berries onto it when it's even warm, and it makes just like a really nice creamy kind of mixture. I love adding cottage cheese to like red sauce, spaghetti sauce, marinara sauce also, and using that, it's like super creamy and so good. And this is so good since I do have a sweet tooth. Another thing, if you have a sweet tooth, I like to sometimes have rice cakes. Usually have the no salt rice cakes, and I'll, add different like meat or cheese to them, for the, nut butter of your choice, and then the jelly on a rice cake. But if I'm having a sweet tooth and like craving chocolate, I'll take half a chocolate one, it depends, of the rice cake, and then I will like dip it in You can put it on top too, but sometimes if you like dip it in and eat it, it's like, you know, if you crave chips or something crunchy and you eat at a slower pace when you do it that way, it's good. It's really good on the plane too. And rice cakes are great. Like you'll see like bodybuilders eat them and stuff because they're like get into your bloodstream fast and are good for like a workout. So in the video that I did when I travel, I got rice cakes, you know, at the store there, and then I had rice cakes and cottage cheese right before I went to the hotel gym and worked out. So it's just a really good way to get some carbs and protein in before you work out. So it's a really good snack. So this morning for breakfast, when I made those two recipes, I actually ate both of them. So I do eat a lot of food, a high volume amount of food, just high in protein. And, you know, I get my fiber through fruits and vegetables mostly. So for lunch today, I'm going to do tuna fish. I only have tuna fish maybe like once a month because, you know, once in a while I feel like I want to have tuna fish. So I wanted to show you how I make it in case any of you like tuna fish, and it's super easy and it's high in protein and low in carbs. So I did cut up vegetables already. So I cut up carrots and just these peppers that I love to have so that I'm having some vegetables, and I'll have some on the side, and pickles as well. And I love lime, so I'm going to have squeezed lime on it. And then I like to have on hand different olives. So I love green and black olives. For snacks, I'll have these at work because they're super fast. I can just grab a few with like a cheese stick. That's one of my favorite like super fast snacks, because if I'm booked with like facial clients all day or from over 40 calls, like I sometimes don't have time to even eat a sandwich or anything. So like this is fast and I feel like it's healthy for me. Another thing I eat almost every day is like a tablespoon, or if I miss a couple days, I'll have like 2 or 3 tablespoons of sauerkraut. I just find it helps me so many ways and I love it. So just so many benefits from eating like fermented foods like that. So let's get into the tuna fish. So tuna, some of my clients really like tuna. Have the turkey. I really like mustard too. So you can even take the turkey and wrap it around a cheese stick and then dip it in mustard if you feel like you need it. Or I'll put it in my travel video. I put it on the rice cake or on the wrap or something. But mustard is a good condiment, like low in carbs, low in calories, and I like it. So for the tuna, instead of mayo, my husband likes that avocado mayo, but I don't like that. So I like to use Greek yogurt to give it even more of a protein bump. So I just get these tuna creations. They're a little bit high in sodium, but I get the less sodium ones. So there's all different options. You can get like cans, but I got these because these are easier actually if I was just going to eat them out of the pack, if I was like starving on the go. 70 calories, 17 grams of protein. This one's jalapeno. I love jalapenos. I'm going to cut up the pickles and put it in there, but this has jalapeno in there. So I'm using like a regular one and then the jalapeno one. So then these together would be like 140 calories and yeah, like over 30 grams of protein. One serving size is 3/4 cups. So probably just do, I don't know, like a half a cup. And you can add spices and stuff too, but usually like I'm just like whipping this together super fast. Like I don't have time. Chop up onion. If I had onion, I'd probably put a little bit of onions in here. I can't eat that much onions. Either it bothers me, it bloats me. I don't know if you guys know about the FODMAP diet, but I tried that and there's different foods that really irritate me. So definitely like if you're feeling bloated and stuff, like slowly do that elimination diet and take things out, you know, little by little and just see what's irritating you. I mean, who would think like onions would be the thing, but, and I love onions, but I can only have them like in moderation. Now this you could have like on the rice cake, on a lettuce wrap, but I'm out of lettuce. So normally I would do it actually on a lettuce wrap. I'm gonna add lime and then cut up the pickles on a pickle and eat it. I'm gonna add some of the vinegar to the tuna. My grandmother used to make tuna with wine in it too when I was little. It was so good. She put, I think, red wine in the tuna because I really don't like tuna or fish. I wish I liked fish. I don't like fish. And to me, it still tastes like fishy like this. So the vinegar seems straight up. So as women, we're also like eating on the go or eating while we're doing work. And I try and really not do that. When I'm at work and doing facials, it's harder because I'm booked like back to back and have a ton of calls. But when I'm at home, I try and like sit down and collect my thoughts, eat. It's really good to do like a 10-minute walk if you have time after you eat, just for digestion. If you can't, there's newer studies that I think it's 30 or 60 air squats, or do air squats after you eat if you can't walk, and then do them every hour. Just get up from your desk and do like 20 to 60 air squats. Really helps also, and just with your blood sugar management. So this is what I would eat for lunch, and then I'll come back and show you my afternoon snack. This is probably almost 50 grams of protein with the added yogurt. So I had 50 grams already for breakfast, almost 50 here. So I'm already at 100. You can see eating this way, it's a lot easier to get to my 150 to even over every single day. As I'm working here in the kitchen, my husband recently bought these Fairlife protein shakes, and surprisingly, I really like them, and they're good if I'm in a rush. I actually keep these at work also, and I just had one. I only ate half of the tuna that I made for lunch, and I grabbed this to eat with it. So I just wanted to show you. I'm loving these, especially if you like chocolate. It doesn't bother me. The dairy doesn't bother me. So this is another really good option that I like to have on hand. For dinner, I have 5 ounces of ground chicken and 2 ounces of beans. And then I use one of the high fiber wraps. And then I'll put Greek yogurt on the wrap. Now I'll take like a half a cup of the Greek yogurt, put it on the wrap, and spread it around. All right, then I'll spread the beans first, and then the ground chicken. You can use ground turkey, whatever, but this is 5 ounces. Then I use this Ortega sauce and put a little bit, and then I'll microwave it again because I don't really like it cold. And that's it. I eat this for dinner like 95% of the time. So I'll pre-make the ground chicken early in the week. And then that's my dinner. And then I'll have probably another snack. If I get hungry, I'll film that as well. And then I'll eat a bunch of peppers with it for dinner. And then I have my second glass of water with the Unvi water booster. I did a 20-minute workout today, weights, full body, and abs. And then I walked on my walking desk for, I think, like 4 to 5 miles. So let me see how many steps I have in. So today I have 17,000 steps already in for the day. And that's good because honestly, a lot of the day I was standing here filming videos. I'm going to squeeze some lime on it and then eat it. I don't pick it up. I just eat it with a fork. That's it, my typical dinner, and then I'll have a snack. I'll show you that later. Okay, I want to show you the yogurt that I make. It's 7:15. I try and stop eating by 8 o'clock. So I'm not like super hungry, but if I get hungry when I go to bed, I can't sleep. So I want to make sure I don't wake up like at 12 o'clock hungry. Like about a cup of yogurt. And I'm doing the peach mango protein powder. So this is another 20 grams of protein, and this is sweet. I like this peach mango, and I like this sour peach rings too. To mix that together, and then I'll do the Collagen Co. collagen powder. Then I usually put some fruit. I still have the fruit I made earlier, but I think I'm going to do, I have these sugar-free peaches. Okay, then I'll use these sugar-free peaches to kind of make the yogurt a little thinner. I feel like it's so thick. So I'll put that together, and then I'll put a little bit of frozen berries also to give it some crunch. So this is my final meal. So this is another like 40 grams of protein. So I'll put all the macros for all the meals and snacks I ate today, and you can see how high the protein is, the carbs as well, and the fat, how much fat I get, because I'll probably have like another tablespoon of pumpkin seeds as well. Then we'll add some frozen blueberries. Sometimes I do the frozen acai because it makes the yogurt pink, which I like. So I really just do like a couple just so there's like a crunch. I'm gonna do a couple of the acai too, not that much. See, it's like nothing, and that's it. And at least there's like a little crunch to it because a lot of people like granola, but I don't like to put granola in. So that's it. That's a typical day of what I eat. Hope you like this video. Comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.